Commander Zethkar of the Vraxian Empire stood on the bridge of his flagship, watching the small blue planet through the viewport. Earth looked peaceful from orbit, its swirling white clouds hiding the billions of humans below. The Vraxian had come here with a simple message for these newcomers to galactic society. "Open communications," Zethkar ordered, his 4 arms adjusting the ceremonial weapons on his belt. The Vraxians were known throughout the galaxy as master negotiators. Every species eventually learned to respect their deals, usually after seeing what happened to those who refused. The human face that appeared on screen looked unremarkable. Brown hair, brown eyes, wearing some kind of blue uniform with strange symbols. "This is Admiral Sarah Chen of the United Earth Defense Force. You're in Earth's protected space. State your business." Zethkar smiled, showing his razor-sharp teeth. In 300 years of negotiation, he had never met a species that didn't immediately show fear at that sight. The humans were new to space, barely 50 years since their first contact. They would learn quickly. "I am Commander Zethkar, speaking for the Vraxian Empire. We have come to discuss your planet's future in our territory." "Your territory?" The human admiral's expression didn't change. "I'm looking at our star charts and I don't see any Vraxian claims filed with the Galactic Council for this system." "The Galactic Council recognizes practical control," Zethkar replied smoothly. "We control 17 systems in this sector. Earth sits directly in our shipping lanes. Surely you can see the complications this creates." What came next was standard procedure. Zethkar had done this negotiation hundreds of times with dozens of species. He would explain the tribute system. The humans would provide resources, labor, or military service in exchange for protection. Most species chose resources. The smart ones chose military service and eventually became useful allies. The stupid ones tried to fight and became examples for others. "Here are our terms," Zethkar continued. "Earth will provide 1 million tons of refined metals monthly, plus mining rights to your asteroid belt. In return, the Vraxian Empire will protect your shipping and ensure your planet's safety." Admiral Chen leaned forward slightly. "And if we refuse? Then you will discover why the Vraxians control 300 star systems." Zethkar gestured to his tactical display. "We have 40 ships in this system. Your entire fleet consists of 12 vessels, most of them converted cargo ships. The mathematics are quite clear." The human was quiet for a long moment. Zethkar watched her face carefully. Some species tried to bluff at this point. Others begged for more time. A few actually tried to negotiate better terms, though that never worked. "Commander Zethkar," Admiral Chen said finally, "I'm going to make you a counteroffer." This was unexpected. Zethkar's 4 eyes narrowed. "You are not in a position to make offers, human. Leave our system now and we won't track down every Vraxian ship, station, and colony in the galaxy. You have 1 hour to begin your withdrawal." For a moment, Zethkar thought he had misheard. Then he began to laugh, a harsh, chittering sound that echoed across the bridge. His crew joined in, their amusement filling the command center. "You will track us down?" Zethkar wiped tears from his eyes. "With what? Your 12 converted freighters?" "With our methods," Admiral Chen replied calmly. "We don't negotiate with extortionists, Commander. We eliminate them." The transmission ended. Zethkar stared at the blank screen, his laughter dying away. In 3 centuries of conquest, no species had ever threatened him. Most were too terrified. The few that tried to fight did so with fleets and armies, not with vague threats about tracking. "Sir," his sensor officer called out, "the human ships are moving to attack formation." Zethkar looked at his tactical display. 12 human vessels against 40 Vraxian warships. The humans were either insane or hiding something significant. "All ships, prepare for combat," he ordered. "But try to leave some of their infrastructure intact. These humans will learn respect the hard way." The battle began exactly as Zethkar expected. The human ships were fast but lightly armed. They used strange tactics, hitting and running instead of engaging directly. For the first hour, it seemed like a standard combat against an inferior force. Then things started going wrong. "Sir, the human ships keep disappearing from our sensors," the tactical officer reported. "They're using some kind of stealth technology we can't track." "Impossible. Our sensors can detect anything within a light minute. That's what our readings show. But watch this." The tactical officer highlighted a section of space. "Ship detected here. Now it's gone. Now it's attacking Ship 7 from behind." Zethkar studied the patterns. The humans weren't just using stealth. They were using it in ways that shouldn't be possible. Ships appeared from empty space, fired precisely targeted shots at critical systems, then vanished again. "Communication from Ship 12, another officer announced. "They're reporting total engine failure. The humans somehow disabled their entire propulsion system with a single shot." "How is that possible?" "Unknown, sir. Ship 12's engines are military grade, with multiple redundant systems." More reports flooded in. Ship after ship suffered critical system failures. Not destroyed, disabled. The humans were surgically removing his fleet's ability to fight without actually killing anyone. "Sir," the sensor officer called out urgently, "we're detecting massive energy readings from Earth's surface." Zethkar looked at the planetary display. Dozens of new contacts were appearing in orbit around Earth. Not ships. These looked like weapons platforms, rising from the planet's surface with impossible speed. "How many platforms?" he demanded. "Still counting, sir. Current count is 400 and rising." 400? Zethkar's voice cracked slightly. "Where were they hiding them?" "They weren't hiding them, sir. According to our scans, they're being manufactured and launched in real time. The humans are building these platforms as we watch." Admiral Chen's face appeared on screen again. "Commander Zethkar, you now have 45 minutes to begin your withdrawal. I should mention that our platforms are equipped with tracking systems. They can follow your ships through hyperspace." Zethkar's blood ran cold. Following ships through hyperspace was theoretically possible, but required technology far beyond what any known species possessed. "You're bluffing." "Am I?" Admiral Chen touched something off-screen. "We've just tagged all of your ships with quantum markers. Even if you retreat to the far side of the galaxy, we'll know exactly where you are." "That's impossible." "Is it? How do you think we found your hidden base in the Kepler system?" Zethkar's heart stopped beating for a moment. The Kepler base was classified beyond top secret. Only the highest levels of Vraxian command knew it existed. "You've never been to the Kepler system," he said weakly. "Haven't we?" Admiral Chen smiled coldly. "Check your communications with home base, Commander. I think you'll find they're not responding." With shaking hands, Zethkar activated his long-range communications array. He sent an emergency signal to Vraxian High Command. Then another. Then another. Silence. 30 minutes, Commander," Admiral Chen said softly. "Your choice." The emergency session of the Galactic Council convened 12 hours after the Vraxian fleet's hasty retreat from Earth. Representatives from 47 species gathered in the Great Assembly Hall on Nexus Prime, their voices creating a cacophony of concern, fear, and confusion. Ambassador Thylex of the Altarian Federation called for order, his crystalline form shimmering with agitation. "The matter before us today is unprecedented. The Vraxian Empire, one of our most established members, has suffered what appears to be a complete military collapse in less than 6 hours." Murmurs rippled through the assembly. The Vraxians had been a galactic power for over 8 centuries. Their military strength was legendary, their negotiation tactics feared across dozens of sectors. "The human representative has been invited to address the assembly," Thylex continued. "Though Earth has not yet applied for full membership, recent events make their presence necessary." Admiral Sarah Chen entered the hall wearing the same blue uniform she had worn during her confrontation with Commander Zethkar. She walked calmly to the speaker's podium, seemingly unbothered by the hundreds of alien eyes focused on her. "Honored delegates," she began, her voice clear and steady. "Earth appreciates this opportunity to address the Council. We understand there are questions about recent events in our system." "Questions?" The Vraxian delegate, General Krextar, rose from his seat, his forearms trembling with rage. "Your species has committed an act of war against the Vraxian Empire. You attacked our peaceful negotiation fleet." Admiral Chen turned toward the Vraxian general. "General Krextar, your peaceful negotiation fleet consisted of 40 armed warships making territorial claims over a sovereign world. By any definition, that constitutes an invasion force. We offered terms. You demanded tribute. There's a difference." The Zephyrian delegate, Speaker Vash, raised a tentacle for attention. "Admiral Chen, while the Council recognizes Earth's right to defend itself, there are reports of unusual tactics. Could you explain how 12 human vessels defeated 40 Vraxian warships?" "Certainly." Admiral Chen activated a holographic display above the podium. The engagement lasted 6 hours and 17 minutes. No Vraxian personnel were killed, though 38 of their ships suffered critical system damage. The hologram showed a tactical replay of the battle. Delegates watched in silence as human ships appeared and disappeared seemingly at will, striking with surgical precision before vanishing into empty space. "Your stealth technology," the Mantari representative clicked, "it appears to violate several known laws of physics." "Does it?" Admiral Chen smiled slightly. "Or does it simply use physics in ways your species haven't discovered yet?" General Krextar slammed his primary fist on his desk. "Impossible. The Vraxians have studied quantum mechanics for millennia. No known technology can create perfect invisibility." "You're right," Admiral Chen agreed. "Perfect invisibility is impossible. We're not using invisibility at all." The assembly fell silent. Every species represented had some form of stealth technology, but all had limitations. What the humans had demonstrated seemed to have no limitations whatsoever. "Perhaps," Speaker Vash suggested carefully, "you could enlighten us about your actual methods." Admiral Chen's expression grew serious. "Before I answer that, the Council needs to understand something about human nature. We don't make threats lightly. When we say we'll track down every hostile ship and base, we mean it literally." "But surely you can't mean every ship," the hegemony delegate protested. "The galaxy contains millions of vessels across thousands of light years." "Every ship," Admiral Chen repeated firmly. "Distance is irrelevant. Time is irrelevant. If you threaten Earth or any human colony, we will find you." She touched her wrist communicator. "Computer, display current tracking data." The holographic display changed, showing a real-time map of local space. Hundreds of ships appeared as colored dots, each labeled with detailed information: ship class, crew size, current heading, even cargo manifests. "This display shows every vessel within 50 light-years of Earth," Admiral Chen explained. "We know where they are, where they're going, and what they're carrying. In real time." The assembly erupted in shocked whispers. Real-time tracking across interstellar distances was considered impossible by galactic science. General Krextar's voice was barely a whisper. "How?" "Humans have a particular gift," Admiral Chen replied. "We're very, very good at finding things that don't want to be found. We've been hunting each other for thousands of years. We know every trick, every hiding spot, every method of concealment that intelligent minds can devise." She gestured to the display again. "Your ships use hyperspace to travel faster than light. What you don't realize is that hyperspace leaves traces, quantum signatures that persist for days after a ship passes through. We simply learn to read those signatures." "Reading hyperspace signatures is theoretically possible," the Altarian delegate admitted. "But the computational power required would be enormous." "Yes, it would. Admiral Chen agreed. Fortunately, Earth has very good computers. The truth was simpler and more terrifying than the delegates realized. Humans had spent centuries perfecting the art of tracking. From ancient hunters following game trails to modern intelligence agencies monitoring communications, humanity had developed an obsession with knowing where their enemies were at all times. When humans reached space, they brought that obsession with them. "Let me demonstrate," Admiral Chen said. She pointed to a specific dot on the display. Ship designated Alpha 77 is a Vraxian heavy cruiser currently hiding in the Deneb system asteroid belt. The crew thinks they're undetectable because they shut down all active systems and are drifting with the asteroids. General Krextar's face went pale. Alpha 77 was a classified reconnaissance vessel on a secret mission. Ship Beta 24 is a Zephyrian merchant vessel that's been smuggling weapons to pirates in the Outer Rim. The captain believes his false transponder codes are protecting him. The Zephyrian delegate sank lower in his seat. Ship Gamma 99 appears to be an independent trader, but is actually a spy vessel belonging to the Hegemony Intelligence Service. They've been monitoring Council communications for the past 6 months. The Hegemony delegate's scaled face flushed dark purple. Admiral Chen turned off the display. "The point, honored delegates, is that humans don't just track ships in combat. We track everything all the time. It's not a technology, it's who we are." "But the Vraxian base in the Kepler system," Speaker Vash asked hesitantly. "How did you find a hidden facility in a system you've never visited?" Admiral Chen's smile turned cold. "Who said we'd never visited the Kepler system?" The implications of that statement sent a chill through the assembly. If humans could travel to hidden systems without anyone knowing, if they could map secret facilities across the galaxy, then nowhere was truly safe from human attention. "Are you threatening the Council?" General Krextar demanded. "No," Admiral Chen replied calmly. "I'm explaining why threats against Earth are pointless. You can't hide from us. You can't outrun us. You can't surprise us. The only sensible option is to leave us alone." Ambassador Thylex spoke carefully. "Admiral Chen, the Council appreciates Earth's capabilities. However, such extensive surveillance raises concerns about privacy and sovereignty." "The Council's privacy is safe," Admiral Chen assured him. "We track potential threats, not peaceful neighbors. But I should mention that Earth is prepared to share our tracking technology with Council members." The Assembly stirred with interest. The ability to track any ship anywhere would revolutionize galactic security, trade, and law enforcement. "What would be the terms?" Speaker Vash asked. "Simple. Mutual Defense Pact. Any attack on Earth or its colonies is considered an attack on all treaty partners. Any attack on treaty partners brings the full weight of human tracking capabilities to bear on the aggressors." General Krextar stood slowly, his military bearing deflated by defeat. "And if the Vraxian Empire refuses this arrangement?" Admiral Chen looked directly at him. "Then you'll discover that Earth doesn't need Council approval to protect its interests. We tracked down one of your bases in 6 hours, General. How long do you think it would take us to map your entire empire?" The threat was clear, delivered in the same calm tone Admiral Chen had used throughout her presentation. But everyone in the Assembly understood the underlying message. Humanity had just announced its arrival as a major galactic power, and they had done it by demonstrating a capability that made traditional military strength irrelevant. The vote to establish Earth as an associate member of the Galactic Council passed 46-1. The Vraxian Empire abstained. 6 months after the incident at Earth, the galaxy had settled into a new reality. The human tracking technology had proven even more revolutionary than anyone imagined. Piracy in Council space dropped by 90% within weeks as criminals discovered they could no longer disappear into the vast emptiness between stars. Commander Sarah Chen, recently promoted to Fleet Admiral, stood in the observation deck of humanity's newest vessel, the UEDS Persistence. The ship was humanity's first purpose-built galactic explorer, designed to carry human tracking technology to the furthest reaches of known space. "Admiral," her communications officer called out, "we're receiving a priority signal from the Outer Rim. It's the Altarian colony ship that went missing 3 months ago." Admiral Chen hurried to the bridge. The Altarian colony ship Starlight Dream had vanished while carrying 50,000 colonists to a new world. Despite extensive search efforts by multiple species, no trace had been found. The colonists were presumed dead, another tragic loss to the dangers of deep space. "Put them through," Chen ordered. The holographic display showed an Altarian captain, his crystalline features cracked and dim with exhaustion. "This is Captain Veltar of the Starlight Dream. We are under attack by unknown vessels in the NGC 7842 system. Our engines are damaged, life support is failing. We need immediate assistance. Captain, this is Admiral Chen of the UEDS Persistence. We're tracking your signal now. Hold position and transmit your status." "How are you receiving our signal?" Captain Veltar asked, confusion evident in his voice. "Our long-range communications were destroyed days ago. We're only broadcasting on emergency frequencies with barely enough power to reach local space." Admiral Chen exchanged glances with her crew. The NGC 7842 system was over 400 light-years from Earth, at the very edge of explored space. No conventional communication could reach across such distances on emergency power alone. "Captain, we'll explain later. Right now, focus on survival. Can you identify your attackers?" "Negative. The ships are unlike anything in our databases. They're using some kind of energy-draining weapon that shuts down our systems without causing explosions." "Very advanced technology." Admiral Chen activated her tactical display. The human tracking network was showing unusual readings from the NGC 7842 system, multiple vessels of unknown configuration, all emitting energy signatures that didn't match any known species. "Lieutenant Morrison, how long to reach the Altarian position?" "At maximum hyperspace velocity, 18 hours, Admiral." "Too long." Chen studied the tactical data more carefully. "Wait, I'm seeing something else. There are 7 other ships in that system, all showing the same unknown energy signatures, but they're not attacking the Altarians." Her tactical officer, Commander Rodriguez, highlighted the unusual contacts. "Admiral, these ships are just watching. They're maintaining position around the Starlight Dream, but not engaging." "Captain Veltar," Chen called out, "can you describe what's happening around your ship right now?" "The attacking vessels have stopped firing," Veltar reported, his voice puzzled. "They're just holding position. It's been quiet for the past 10 minutes. Admiral Chen felt a chill run down her spine. 7 unknown ships, advanced technology, watching a disabled colony vessel. The pattern was familiar from human history, predators studying their prey. "All hands, this is Admiral Chen," she announced over the ship's intercom. "We are engaging emergency protocols. Helm, plot and intercept course for NGC 7842. Engineering, I want every bit of speed our drives can give us." "Admiral," Commander Rodriguez said quietly. "At that distance, even if we leave now, the Altarians might not survive 18 hours. Chen looked at the tactical display again, her mind racing through possibilities. The human tracking network could monitor the situation in real time, but monitoring wouldn't save 50,000 lives. "What if we don't have to get there?" she said suddenly. "Ma'am?" "The tracking network doesn't just detect ships. It maps their exact positions, their energy signatures, their structural weak points. What if we could use that data to help the Altarians fight back?" Chen activated her personal communicator. "Bridge to Research Division. Dr. Patel, I need you to access the tracking network and create a complete tactical analysis of the unknown vessels in NGC 7842. I want to know everything. Weapons, shields, engine outputs, crew complements if possible. Admiral, Dr. Patel's voice came back. That's 400 light-years away. Our network can track them. But detailed analysis requires closer proximity. How close? For the level of detail you need? Maybe 50 light-years. Chen studied the star charts. The nearest human ship to NGC 7842 was the research vessel Newton's Dream, currently investigating stellar formations about 60 light-years away. "Get me Captain Harrison on the Newton's Dream," she ordered. Moments later, Captain Harrison's face appeared on screen. "Admiral Chen, good to see you. What can we do for you?" "Jim, I need you to move your ship to the edge of the NGC 7842 system as fast as possible. Don't enter the system, just get close enough for our tracking network to perform detailed scans." "The NGC 7842 system? That's unexplored space, Admiral. Our last report showed nothing but empty space." "Things have changed. There's an Altarian colony ship under attack by unknowns. We need tactical data to help them defend themselves." Captain Harrison's expression grew serious. "Understood. We'll be in position in 6 hours. Make it 4 if you can." While the Newton's Dream raced towards scanning position, Admiral Chen worked with her tactical team to develop a new kind of combat strategy. If humans couldn't arrive in time to fight directly, perhaps they could fight indirectly by providing perfect intelligence to their allies. 4.5 hours later, Dr. Patel's voice crackled over the comm system. "Admiral, we have complete tactical data on the unknown vessels, and you're not going to believe what we've found. Report. The ships are definitely not from any known species, but their technology is familiar. They're using modified versions of Vraxian, Zephyrian, and Hegemony technologies all combined into single vessels." Commander Rodriguez frowned. "That's impossible. Those technologies are incompatible. The power systems alone would create feedback loops that would destroy the ships." "Unless," Admiral Chen said slowly, "they found a way to make them compatible. Dr. Patel, what about crew complements?" "That's the strange part, Admiral. I'm reading life signs, but they're mixed species. Vraxian, Zephyrian, Hegemony, and at least 3 others I can't identify." The implications were staggering. Someone was building ships using technology from multiple galactic powers and crewing them with mixed species teams. It suggested a level of cooperation and technological integration that shouldn't be possible. "Admiral," Captain Veltar's voice came through urgently, "the unknown ships are moving again. They're closing on our position." Chen made her decision. "Captain Veltar, I'm about to transmit tactical data directly to your ship's computers. The data will show you the exact weak points on each attacking vessel. Use this information to target your remaining weapons." "How can you possibly have tactical data on ships you've never seen?" "Trust me, Captain." Chen to Newton's Dream. "Dr. Patel, transmit everything we have to the Starlight Dream." "Transmitting now, Admiral." On her display, Admiral Chen watched as the tactical data flowed across 400 light-years of space to reach the endangered colony ship. The human tracking network had become something more than a surveillance system. It had become a weapon that could strike across interstellar distances. "This is incredible," Captain Veltar reported. "I'm seeing detailed schematics of each attacking ship. Their shield generators are located here. Their weapon systems draw power from here. How is this possible?" "Captain, just use the data. Target the shield generators first." What followed was unlike any battle in galactic history. The Starlight Dream, a colony ship with minimal weapons, began striking the unknown vessels with impossible precision. Each shot hit exactly where it needed to, disabling shields, destroying weapon systems, crippling engines. "Their shields are down," Veltar reported excitedly. "But Admiral, I'm reading massive energy buildup from their engines." I think they're trying to self-destruct rather than be captured. Chen thought quickly. If these ships were destroyed, the galaxy would never learn who was building them or why they were attacking colony ships. Dr. Patel, can we use the tracking network to interfere with their self-destruct sequences? I don't know, Admiral. We've never tried to actively interfere with ship systems through the network. Try it. Focus on the lead vessel first. Across the vast distance, human technology reached out through hyperspace to touch an alien ship's computer systems. The tracking network, originally designed to observe, began to actively manipulate the unknown vessel's internal systems. "It's working!" Dr. Patel shouted. "I'm accessing their computer core. Admiral, you need to see this data immediately." The information that flowed back through the tracking network changed everything. The unknown ships weren't pirates or raiders. They were scouts for something much larger. An invasion force gathering at the galaxy's edge, built from stolen technologies and crewed by exiles and criminals from dozens of species. "Captain Veltar," Admiral Chen called out, "disable the remaining ships if possible. We need prisoners for questioning." "Understood, Admiral. And thank you. You've saved 50,000 lives today." As the battle in NGC 7842 concluded with the capture of 3 unknown vessels, Admiral Chen realized that humanity had just demonstrated something new to the galaxy. They hadn't just tracked their enemies or negotiated with threats. They had reached across 400 light-years of space to fight a battle they couldn't physically attend. The galaxy was about to learn that human protection didn't require human presence. It only required human attention. And humans, Admiral Chen reflected with satisfaction, were very good at paying attention.